What's up, everybody? This is GT7 Daily Race Review, where I go through my footage of my daily races in Gran Turismo 7, and I show you some of the good, the bad, and the ugly of what goes on in these daily races. So I usually save all of my footage from the daily races in sport mode, and this week I've been doing the Group 4 races. I think it's Daily Race B in Spa at for the Group B cars, or excuse me, for the Group 4 cars. So I have quite a few clips to go through, and some of these I did really well, and some of these I didn't do so well at all. So let's see. This one here, I placed 12th. Let's take a look at it real quick, see what happens. I want to highlight some of the shenanigans that go on too. When I say shenanigans, I just mean just the wildness that can go on in some of these daily races. People drive just how they want to drive, kind of like the real world. But you know, there's racing etiquette, and you know, that kind of all goes out of the window in a lot of these races. Unfortunately, you just get a lot of drivers that, you know, they'll cut you off, they'll cut corners on you and nudge you off the road. You get a lot of drivers, I've noticed, that do a lot of subtle things too. Like when you're making a turn, they'll kind of turn into you and just barely bump you, but it's enough to, you know, throw you off your line and just, you know, knock you out. Alright, so first race here, I'm in the Lamborghini, and which I actually like this car. I was driving the Ferrari a lot, but I actually like the Lamborghini a little bit better, at least for this track. So yeah, here we go in the Lamborghini, 11th place, cruising along pretty well here. You know, the chicane here where you can keep up a lot of speed. That's actually a pretty critical area. Just because you can actually get the most speed in this part of the track because it's a long straightaway. So you want to make sure you nail that chicane really well. Let me put my data on here too. That would help. Alright, so display all. So coasting through here. I think in this this race, I think I ended up in 12th. That's what I saw when I started the video here. So I didn't really gain or lose much of a position. So this one might not be all that exciting. We'll just kind of go through it and look at the highlights here. So far, I'm holding in 11th place pretty steadily here. Normally I drive from the bumper cam, but for the reviews I do like the, I don't know, whatever you call this one, I guess the flyby cam or whatever, but I like this one. It's more cinematic. Maybe it's the cinematic cam is the word I'm looking for. But, yeah, this race, you know, not much goes on here as far as I can remember. I mean, I kind of took that corner a little bad there, shaved off some time. Normally through this stretch of the track, you want to be right when you cross that little marker there. You want to be in somewhere around the 120 mile per hour range. You know, carrying a lot of speed through there. And then this curve right here can be a little bit tricky as well, because if you don't take it just right, oh yeah, there's a so this guy in front of me crashes, and then he just completely, it makes me just kind of like lose all sight, and I end up going all the way down to last place. Let's look at that again. What exactly happened there? This happens quite a bit too. You just gotta kind of roll with it. So here I am going along. Okay, I'm gaining a few places. I'm up in 10th place. Okay, there's a big accident up ahead here, and then this guy in this McLaren. Yep. So see, instead of ghosting, which I think the game right there should have ghosted his car. I mean, he was pretty sideways. And at this point of the race, you see, this corner is very critical, and I only had a split second to react, but at this corner, you kind of have to be careful because if you go too fast, it'll kind of throw you to the outside. And if you go too slow, I mean, obviously you're going to lose speed. The other cars are going to catch up. But, you know, here I am. I'm actually on the line I need to be. And when you're in mid-turn like this, especially on a turn like this, where you're going at a high speed, it's really hard to make a sudden adjustment. So let's kind of forward this. At just before impact, let's see how fast I'm going. So let's keep going here. John Shure, yeah, he's sure of himself. All right, okay, so he kind of comes back in trying to regain control. He bumps the Ferrari. Ferrari goes outside, but then he tries to bring it back. And when he tries to bring it back, you see, I'm right on the line where I should be for this turn. So in this turn, you want to, if you take it just right, you can end up right here on this line where the tire marks are, right on the border, and you can take a lot of speed through here. But at this point, I saw the accident happen, and I was already kind of slowing down and just getting ready to watch out for cars. But this guy, it's just nature of the game. He's trying to come back and regain control, but now he's about to just go into oblivion. But unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do here. I mean, if I slam on my brakes, I don't have enough room to stop. I'm going 121 miles an hour, so I'm gonna hit him. You can't really swerve, so I just, I did the only thing I could do was just keep going. And as you can see, he doesn't ghost, and he should have ghosted, I think, at this point. Unfortunately, the way the game handles things, nope, I took the full force of that hit, and it just knocked me straight sideways into the wall. So, boom, hit the wall, and now I'm totally sideways, and I'm just done at this point. So now the whole rest of the race, I gotta play catch up. The guy in the Ferrari, John Shure. Oh no, John Shure is the guy in the McLaren. He just quit, and that's what happens. But now I'm playing massive catch up. So see that corner right there that I was saying is so critical. I cut it wrong, trying to catch up, and I got a penalty. So coming across here, I didn't hold to the right far enough, and unfortunately, just got nailed. All right, so now I'm also dealing with a 5-second penalty. Somebody up ahead has crashed, and I really don't see the pack yet. Okay, now I'm just now catching up to the last guy in the pack. So slowly but surely, I'm making my way back into A position. Serve the penalty. Okay, this guy's starting to lose it, but I'm still behind him. Now we're on to the final lap. Coming around the first corner here. Oh, and he loses it. Let's see that. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so he's coming around, and he just cuts that really wide, really way too wide, and I just kind of take my time, don't get too over anxious, and I just take the position. All right, so still kind of trailing back here in 13th. I think I ended up 12th in this race. There's another crash up ahead. I always get excited when I see that yellow flag, because I'm like, oh good, I can maybe regain a position. And yep, look at this guy right here, student driver. He just gets thrown off the track. Let's see what happened to student driver real quick. Let's see what his problem was. Okay, so student driver lives up to his namesake, like his Kentucky Fried Chicken car. So he comes around, and he's in 4th place. Oh, yep, cuts that corner way too wide. The back of his tires, or his back tires, catch that tarmac, and he just spins out. So now it puts him back on the course, but he's not going fast enough, and somehow, instead of ghosting, it's like he unghosted in the middle there, and then he just got nailed. And it's the same thing with me. Somehow I drove through him. But then he gets nailed again, this poor guy. Oh man, those are the breaks of Gran Turismo. Yeah, so he just gets taken out by like 2 other guys while he's trying to get started there again. I don't know, the ghosting in that situation looked really weird. Alright, so I think I end up in 12th. I don't see anybody ahead of me that I can really catch up to. If you look at the arrow on the map there, I'm pretty far back from the rest of the pack, so I end up in 12th in this race, which, you know, sometimes it happens. I started in 11th, and you know, I had that unfortunate crash. I was actually gonna, you know, probably end up somewhere in the middle, but you know, the crash kind of ruined it for me. Alright, on to the next race here of Daily Race B. So in this one, I'm actually in the Ferrari. And I'm starting off in 8th place here. Alright, so we get started here. First turn of the race. Right behind B. Kolf with the black rifle bumper. Oh, and this guy somehow gets smashed right into the wall, so I end up in 7th place. Still behind B. Kolf. Lost a little. Well, I carried a pretty good speed going through there. Looked like I slowed down a bit. But I'm trying to inch up into 6th place, and one of the things I always just have to be very careful about daily racing. People are strange when you try to overtake them. So this guy brakes, and unfortunately, I end up ramming him, which I hate being the rammer. You know, I try to drive as careful as possible. But let's see how this happens exactly. Okay, so he's hitting his brakes. Let's look at his position. He's hitting his brakes. I'd say it's maybe just a tad early, which from my position, you know, you brake like just after the 100 and almost right in front of where the barrier, well, not the barrier, but the on the edge of the track here. What's the word I'm looking for? The curb. You brake right about where that curb starts, and he's braking just before that. Now, I don't know if he's braking because he's trying to anticipate this guy's next move or what, but I just didn't see that coming. I didn't expect him to brake that early. And why is it? Oh, there's my car. And unfortunately, if you look at my input, I'm still full throttle at this point, and then I see his lights come on. And that's when I hit the brake. And unfortunately, I knocked this guy off the track. It was unintentional, but it happens. So, boom, knock him off the track. He's probably pissed at this point, and I'm trying to regain control. And unfortunately, I completely just kind of lose it and I have to kind of regain my composure. So, this guy somehow got taken out himself. Let's go back and see what happened there, because he was just ahead of me. Oh, so Black Rifle, or B. Kolf, Black Rifle, let's just call him Black Rifle. He actually recovered pretty well there, and unfortunately this guy, 31 Cause, he ends up quitting, but he was trying to go around him and, excuse me, ended up taking himself out of the race. So here I am, 11th place, and coming through this long wide turn here. I've got somebody in front who looks like they might have spun out or went off the track. There's a yellow flag. Again, that's always a good sign. It's an opportunity to catch up a little bit. I actually like the Ferrari. It handles pretty well. It's just the top end on it is not so great, but as far as in the turns and acceleration, It handles really nice. The Lamborghini, which I primarily drive on this track, I like the Lamborghini. It feels overall a little bit more, a little bit better on the top end. The one thing about the Lamborghini that I notice is a lot worse than the Ferrari is the mid-engine snap you get from a lot of mid-engine cars. And the Lamborghini is really bad. I don't notice it as much in the Ferrari. So anyway, oh boy, I hit this guy a little bit, but luckily it's not too bad. I was just trying to catch up on position. Luckily I'm ghosted here, so I don't ram him off the track. You know, I'm not trying to, but it's just you're trying to come around and get that corner the best way you can. So yeah, this race I've already got 2 rams in my pocket. That's not good. I don't like being that guy, but you know, it's racing, it happens. Kind of come flying over there. Did I pick up a penalty there? No. Okay, good. It looked like I did, but yeah, you got to be real careful coming through that that corner, because you could keep a lot of speed, like I said, but if you take it the wrong way, you'll get pulled right to the outside of it, and you will get well, not a massive penalty, but that 0.5 seconds can mean the difference between 1 or 2 positions if someone's right on your tail. All right, we got another wreck up ahead. Yellow flag's out. Not exactly sure who that is, and they must have wrecked pretty bad because I was up there for a while. I think it was this guy, Koguma. What happened to him? Let's see what happened to him. Oh, he hit the wall hard. Okay, so he just takes this turn all wrong, gets his back tires caught up, and he's just done. He just in that wall. And he was in second place, poor guy. Now he can't get it out of the grass. Yeah, his race is massively, you know, paid for that mistake. All right, so now I'm catching up on him. VGS ahead of me is caught up to him. He kind of bumps into me. Like, again, I don't race dirty, or I try not to race dirty. You know, sometimes you do need to get a little aggressive, but I feel like this move, he just kind of kept turning into me, and I was just trying to stay on my line on this corner. Now I'm on the tail here of the red Ferrari, driven by VGS in front of me. Take the corner a little sharp there. To this back half where you can get a lot of speed. So nothing really. Oh, whoa! This guy, did he try to take me out? I think he fit. See, this is the thing. People really just seek revenge when they can. Look at him. He's at this point. I don't know if he's trying to hit that corner or what, but he comes plowing into me. Now let's see right here. Okay, I don't think he meant to do that, because if he meant to do it, he would have tried to take me out right here. So he was just trying to take the corner as best he could. I don't think he had any ill intent. All right, so now it's the battle of the Ferraris. You got Koguma, I keep saying his name wrong. You got Koguma down here in the back, who got nudged out of second place. Oh, and that turn right there. Oh man. So again, this is one of those situations where, you know, sometimes you have to try to fight to keep your position. Now, there's not much I could do here. I wasn't trying to force him off, but I also kind of took that turn a little bit wide. I noticed in this game, sometimes you see what your opponents do and you end up mirroring them. He took that turn wide, and then I end up kind of falling right into it. So unfortunately, I end up kind of bumping him out, and I didn't mean to do that. And here's Koguma. He's coming up on me, he's drafting me, and at this point he's got a lot of speed, but we're both carrying the same amount of speed here. I got a 0.5-second penalty for cutting the side of the track there. So I'm just going to go ahead and slow down. You know, no use, you know, trying to battle it out. You know, I've already got a penalty. So, but I am going to try to keep up with him as best I can. This turn you got to take a little bit slow here. Alright, in the next couple turns, I'm still behind Kaguma. Still got the 0.5-second penalty. Boom, there goes the penalty. So now I'm definitely lost a lot of speed there. Still in 10th place, but you got a battle going on up ahead here. And what happens? Because I end up in 10th place, or 9th place, I think. Oh, massive crash. I end up going a little bit wide there because I'm trying to avoid the crash, but what just happened? Let's see that. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, this is Kaguma versus Cristiano's Pontes in the Ferrari. It's a battle of Ferraris today, so Kaguma kind of takes that turn a little aggressively, and then he slows down. But when he slows down, Cristiano, no, he's okay. So really, it was just Kaguma kind of did that to himself. You know, he came around here really aggressive. He's flying here. Just goes around him, a little dangerous, kind of bumps him too. And then he's just carrying so much speed, he just kind of slides off right here. And now he's in a really bad spot. I want to know what's up with this white Ferrari here. Who's this guy? F430 F4RR. Let's see what happened to him. So he just completely just messed this turn up, and that sucks. He was in 4th place. Oh no! Oh yeah. Okay. So he passes this guy, 1961, and he ends up in 4th place. But I think he was trying to get too aggressive passing him. Yep. Classic mistake. So he gets too aggressive and ends up just ruining the race for himself. But he's being a good sport about it. He's not just coming plowing back into the track. He waits. So good for him. You know, at least he did the right thing there. All right, there's a 9th place finish for me. So on to the next one. Let's see. All right, next daily race. We're here in the Ferrari again. Let's look at what goes on here. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're starting in 9th this race. Go around the first turn here. Pretty clean, no wrecks. Everybody looks happy. Riding right here behind Easy Rider in the Nissan GTR. See, I'm kind of feathering the throttle. I'm not going as fast as I normally would because I got this guy ahead of me, and it just, you know, sometimes you just, and I got the penalty. I didn't take that line well, but I also was trying to just watch out for this guy. Sometimes you really just have to drive for the guy in front of you. I know that sounds like corny and cliche, but you really do, because, and a lot of people don't do that. You know, they try to, you know, catch up to, or they see you slowing down, or, you know, they may see you trying to take a turn cautiously, and they'll dive bomb into you, undercut you, take you off your line. You know, they just don't drive with any kind of like care. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, you don't try to pass people or you don't try to be aggressive, but you just be aggressive with some care. You know, people don't do that, and that's the one bad thing about Gran Turismo Sport. And even though this game has a penalty system, it's pretty bad about detecting like who's the cause of an accident. So you see right here, this guy in the Lamborghini. Let's go back to that. So I'm not trying to be too aggressive with him. You know, he bumps me a little bit, but no big deal. You know, we just kind of bumped. I'm not going to try to ram him off of his line or nothing like that. But for whatever reason, I think he just tries to take this turn way. How fast was he? slid off the track really easy. He's about 120 at this point. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he took that turn way too fast. At that turn, just for my racing, I usually want to be about 90 miles an hour, and even I took it really, really hard there. But I think I was just trying to deal with that pack. Okay, so I had a bump there on this guy. What did I do that for? Okay. I think right here, and let's look at my steering input. So I'm trying to hang on there. Just taking the turn. Didn't really see that guy. Just kind of, yeah, I didn't, you know what, and I didn't have the radar on. I didn't really see exactly where he was, so unfortunately I ended up bumping the crap out of that guy. And, you know, didn't intentionally do it, but, you know, he just got the worst end of it, where he ends up going off the track. Yeah, see, so I bumped him a little bit, wasn't trying to bump him hard, I was just trying to stay on my line. But then the problem is you see, he went for retaliation, and when he did that, the game it ghosted me, and he went straight through me. Or no, it ghosted him, and he went through me. So that's kind of why you don't do that. You know, hey, look, I bumped him a little bit, I wasn't trying to knock him out. He could have slowed down somewhat, you know, and by coming back as hard as he did, that just threw him into the wall. So, sorry, man. So here you go. I served my penalty coming up. There's a penalty. I got this Mustang right on my tail, and he passes me. So now I'm trailing the Mustang. Coming around this corner here, take it pretty well there. I don't have a lot of speed, but I didn't get sucked to the outside of that turn, which is what can happen if you take too much speed on it. Alright, through the final little S chicane there and get out. Back at the start. First turn, not too bad. I caught up to these guys. Alright, so now it's going to be a little bit of a battle. And this is always where things can get really interesting. So I'm right on the tail of the Mustang and the McLaren. McLaren looks like he's going a little bit slow. The Mustang's getting really impatient. Now it's the three of us, 3 wide. Oh, and here comes the Mercedes as well. Bastard King. Oh boy, what can happen here? Alright, so I slow down a little bit early because I don't want to just go flying off. And the 3 of them are kind of left to deal with the issues, and Bastard King is right on my tail, but luckily he goes through me, because that would have probably knocked me off the track if he didn't. And I'm sure he would have been happy to do that. Now the Mustang's on my tail, so we're still close here. Where'd the Mercedes go? Oh, he's Bastard King, he's right behind us. Alright. So now I'm in 8th place. I'm behind the McLaren, coming into this wide turn here. Took it a little. Oh nope! I held on. That was about as wide as you want to go on that. Okay, here's the Mustang again. It's coming up on my side. I'm just taking it easy, not trying to be too aggressive. The other McLaren over here just went off the track, and he's spinning out. Mustang's still behind us. The Mercedes is what? He just passed the McLaren, so he's still in the fight. And really trying to just keep up with this McLaren driven by Edison Chin in front of me. Mustang still hot on my tail. into this final chicane here. This is where things can get really, really bad. Oh, the Mustang, he just loses it and just quits out. I guess he just said, you know what, this isn't going to happen. What did he do here? How did he end up doing that? Okay, so he's slowing down, but he tries to avoid, but by trying to avoid, he ends up just going off the track, so it just places him back there. Alright, so I'm still in the same place. Nothing's really changed. Mercedes is still trailing. He's back behind us there, and here we go to that last turn, or the first turn of the last lap. GTR, there's our old friend Easy Rider, he's still there. What happens here? Okay, this is where we got to be very careful. See, I'm lightly throttling it. I don't want to. Oh, see, and that's exactly what I was describing before. This situation. Now, let's rewind this. So this guy is gonna see us, and he's like, "Oh, I got a chance to take over, a couple positions here." But this is a bit of a dangerous spot because this turn, again, you have to stay on a very specific line. If you don't, you're gonna get a penalty. Now this guy, instead of like kind of just going with the flow, he decides like, okay, I'm gonna be aggressive here, and I don't care who I take out. I'm just gonna try to get my position. So this is what the selfish act is. So he's gaining lots of speed here. He's full throttle at this point, going 133 miles an hour. He goes into the turn. He's still full throttle. Now what's his game plan here? So he's gonna try to, I can tell you his game plan. He's gonna just try to pass everybody on the right, which again, doesn't matter, because I'm gonna have to come back across to the right as well. He's gonna be going. I'm only going 115 miles an hour because I'm trying to stay with all these guys. These guys are all going about the same speed. So this guy is just gonna come flying like a bullet. He doesn't care. He's just gonna probably hit one of us. If he doesn't, then great. He's got like a couple of positions, but he's willing to take this risk. So what does he do? Yep, there he goes, and he bumps into. Okay, so what does he end up doing? He's going at his breakneck speed. He bumps in, and that's exactly it. So I knew this was going to happen. I think I, in fact, kind of braced for this, because this is what you got to watch out for. He could very well bump me off of my line. If I don't see him and kind of react to it, it's going to throw me into the side over there, and I'm going to get a penalty. Usually. Sometimes the game realizes that sometimes the game realizes that I didn't do that intentionally, but it just all depends. So let's look at my steering input. Yeah, see, my steering input, I'm turning hard to the right because I already know this guy is going to bump me, and that's just kind of what you have to look out for. This guy is going hard right. He may be trying to avoid me, but again, he shouldn't have been coming through that fast with that many cars in front where he just didn't have the space. So unfreeze, and now, okay, he makes it out without wrecking, luckily, and he gets by all of us, but that was a very dangerous move in my opinion. Alright, so I slow down a little bit early because I don't want to go plowing into the back of them. Give this guy and the McLaren just a little bump, nothing harmful. So now we got myself, the GTR, the McLaren, and the Mercedes up ahead. Mercedes, see, he's still being a little bit aggressive with everybody. I overtake the GTR just with a quick move there. Now he goes off the side, McLaren goes off the side. I accidentally bumped the McLaren just trying to hold my line. Bastard King's just getting impatient, and he's really trying to make a name for himself up here, which he's living up to it. And he starts to go wide, but he hangs on, so he's doing okay. The guy in the other McLaren too fast. Now he's kind of taking his time. I'm trying not to hit him. I have to go inside, and unfortunately I bump him a little bit, but I was just trying to, you know, that's racing right there. I was just trying to get a position on him. So I didn't do anything illegal. I just, you know, tried to pass him as carefully as I could. He's still on my tail though, and here he goes. He's trying to take that curve, but I gotta turn myself, so I bump him a little bit. So it looks like Bastard King is going to get 4th place with his very aggressive and highly questionable driving, but you know, it paid off for him in this instance. But he could have definitely caused a major wreck back there. And I'm going to go on. Pretty much up here, these guys are coming hot, but they slow down. And it looks like I'm going to come in 5th here. Got too fast right on my tail. And that's a 5th place finish. Alright, so the next race, back to the Ferrari here. I'm starting off in 3rd. First corner against me, D, and Speed Racer. The rest of the pack is right on our tail. Coming through this first S here, or very wide corner that you gotta be very careful. You take it just right. So I did okay. It wasn't the greatest line, but I at least got through there without going off track or anything like that. I got the rest of the pack sort of catching up to me. This black Lamborghini right on my tail. And then up ahead, I'm like, oh good, you know, Speed Racer got a half-second penalty. Meanwhile, you got the Lamborghini, he goes off track, so he's kind of took a bunch of time off from himself. But then I got the Bugatti right behind me. They're dealing with this turn here. Come out of the turn. Keep my speed here. Stay nice. Just barely hit the curve there, so I come out of here with some good speed. Starting to make some distance between me and the guys behind me, but the Silva and the McLaren ahead of me are still keeping their places. So I'm leaving the rest of the pack, but I'm getting a little closer to these guys. They're really battling it out. I'm hoping they maybe slow each other down, which it looks like they are. So I'm hoping right here I can actually get a position. Yep, McLaren ends up. Oh, that was weird. Kind of glitched back into existence, but he ends up slowing down a little bit. So now I'm right on Silva's tail up, but he took that curve really good, and he gets a lot more speed than I do and takes off on me. But maybe I can catch him here. Speed Racer's right back in it. He's on our tail. Kind of sound like I made a mischief there, but I'm still in it. But the Silva's pulling away. Cutting this corner really sharp so I can get some good speed coming out of here, but McLaren is right on my tail. So let's see what happens in this this turn up here. If I can keep my speed. Usually, if you take this turn just right, you'll come out of it about, yeah. See, I took it very badly there. You usually come out of it going about just over 120 miles an hour. You usually get up to about 130. Like by the time you pass that little hut right there, you should be going up like well over 100. Well, not well over, but over 140. That's on a good, sort of outcome of that turn. You should be carrying that much speed going through there. Okay, so now the black Lamborghini's still behind me, but he keeps cutting that corner a little bit wide. So, but he's getting closer. You know, he's kind of trying to hold his own, and I think for the rest of this race, I stay in third position, which is what I started in, and it's fine. You know, I mean, I'd rather keep the position I started in than end up further back, especially if it's a podium position. So you can see I'm getting closer to Speed Racer. You know, he's one mistake away from me catching him, but I'm also one mistake away from losing him. So he's right there. I'm like within reach of getting him. You know, I'm not trying to knock him off his line or anything, so I'm just approaching cautiously. But then he starts to gain a little bit of speed there, and now you can see at this point I'm about 30. He's 132, so he's kind of pulling away from me. If you look at the speed comparison, we're about on par, but now I have to slow down right there because I was about to miss that. So by doing that, it gave him you know, a bit more room to pull away there. But he's got a penalty. Somehow he got this penalty. I don't know what happened, but oh, right here. So I think I blew this turn pretty badly here. So I'm slowing down. What ends up happening? Oh man, somehow I just don't get the turn input that I'm looking for, and I end up taking that way too wide. So now he's got a good lead on me. Let's see how I come through this turn here. Okay, so I'm keeping it about, all right, 120, 130, 132. Okay, 140. Yeah, see, I'm still not getting the kind of speed that I should have, and I think that's why I ended up switching out of this Ferrari. I felt like the Ferrari is a little bit slower to get to the top end than that Lamborghini. As you can see, the Lamborghini actually caught up to me. But he's got a 1 minute penalty, so I'm not really too worried about him. As long as I can just stay on his tail, that 1 minute, or not 1 minute, the 1 second penalty is going to really kind of be his fate. So I'm just going to be very careful. I don't need to battle him or really knock him out of his position. You know, hopefully he'll play nice. We'll see. You know, we're both trying to take this turn very cautiously. Don't want to bump him out, like I said. Still on him pretty good. This next turn coming up. Okay, we're still good. Slow down. Don't want to ram into him. Just stay on his tail. No need, in this case, there's really no need to pass him because he's going to have to slow down no matter what. So, you know, it's great if you can pass him. I mean, yeah, you know, if you can, do it. But if you run the risk of running into him and, you know, screwing you guys both up, don't do it. Just, he's got a second penalty. He's got to slow way down. Nothing you can do about it. He's just going to have to, you know, take fourth place. So here we go. I'm pretty much in the home stretch here. Take that corner really well to, you know, hit that curve just on the edge like I wanted to. I got to cut. Oh, they're coming in hot. He was coming in for blood, but you know, he just overdid it. And actually, what place did he end up in? What was his motive there? Okay, so he's 137. Oh, he got bumped. Okay, so he wasn't going after anybody. It was actually this Suzuki, this little ugly hatchback Suzuki, that just plowed into him, took him out. That sucks. You know, see, in the Suzuki, yeah, see, he didn't have to do that. He could have slowed a little bit, gave him some room, but nope, he's just like, you know what, in the Lamborghini, you know, he just needed to be more defensive. I know he wanted to keep his position. You know, he's probably mad that the guy pushed him off, as he should be. But right here, don't try to get in front of him and brake, because, you know, the guy's being aggressive. You're going to go in and just open yourself up to, that aggression, and he unfortunately paid the price for it. So, all right, this race I ended up in third. Pretty okay race. I wouldn't say it was very eventful, but you know, I ended up with a decent position. All right, so here we are. Next race. This one, yay! I'm starting in pole position. So it's pretty much my race to lose. So let's see what happens here. All right, take the first corner well. Got this guy in the Ferrari right behind me. Actually, two Ferraris behind me, or is that a McLaren? Yeah, McLaren, Ferrari, and me. This one, Dunkin' Donuts Ferrari. So I take this curve pretty well. Again, you know, the Ferrari, I feel like that's what kind of, you know, took me off of using it. Just I feel like through the straightaway, I wasn't getting the speed I wanted. Even though the handling, I do like it on this car. You know, the top end just is a little bit on the lower side, in my opinion. The handling makes up for it, but you know, I feel like I like the advantage of top speed coupled with decent handling. So this guy's he's right on my tail. You know, he's keeping up pretty well, but you know, I'm just doing my thing. I have nothing in front of me, so again, like I said, this is my race to lose. I'm gaining a little bit of speed on him here, but now he's catching up again as I slow down. But then he takes it way wide, and he hangs on. But that definitely, I think, shaved off a little bit of his speed. So now he's got to play catch up. Oh, and I missed shift there really badly. But it's okay. It didn't slow me down too much. So now I'm here at this point. I can gain a lot of position, or a lot of distance if I do this right, because you can carry a lot of speed going through here. So I'm at about 120 right when I cross that marker, which is where I want to be. And now I'm out. You know, I got nothing but space in front of me. And I'm just gonna take full advantage. Now I slow down a lot right there. I slow down way more than I should have. And as you can see, they're starting to catch up on me a little bit. So I made a bit of a mistake. But I'm still in first, and I'm not trying to make myself too nervous. You know, that's a big thing about, you know, you think pole position is like, you know, that's easy, you should win the race. And I mean, if things go the way they're supposed to go, yeah, you will win the race. But, you know, don't get too caught up in the mistakes you can make, because, you know, that'll compound, and you'll get inside your own head. And so you just keep driving your race, you know. I didn't take that turn as fast as I wanted, but you know, I was able to hang on and just keep doing my race. So the McLaren is now in second place. He's right on my tail, but he's got some distance between me and him. He's going a little faster than I am, so he's definitely going to catch up somewhat. But again, you know, I can't stress this enough. Like, you know, you have that rear view mirror when you're driving in bumper cam here, and don't get too focused on looking at it all the time. I mean, I know that the guys are usually right behind you. You don't want to put that pressure on yourself about what they're doing. You just worry about what you're doing in your race. So yeah, I just continue to you know, concentrate on my line and where I want to be. And as you can see, you know, the McLaren is falling back a little bit. So I come out of this turn really well, and McLaren's still hanging on back there. Dunkin' Donuts is behind him, but it looks like he's got a penalty he's got to serve. Yep. So he's got his penalty. and this guy's cruising along. Let's see where his speed is. So he's about maybe just 120 just after that marker, whereas I'm 136 at this point. So yeah, I'm definitely growing my lead on him. So also right there on that turn, I didn't show it, but what I was doing before, you know, earlier in the week when I was playing this track, I was actually downshifting right there to 5th gear. You don't really need to downshift if you're playing manual at that point. You can keep it in 6th. You know, you'll slow down a little bit if you take your foot off the gas because that's such a sharp turn. And if you do it just right, where you just get the tires onto the curb, you don't need to worry about slowing down. In fact, you want to keep it in 6 because you don't, you know, every time you shift, you get just a small pause in speed, and you don't want to lose any of that. You want to just keep that momentum, you know. So it's no need to downshift at all. All right, so pretty much here, I'm pretty much free and clear. I mean, again, this is my race to lose, especially at this point. There's a big enough gap here to where he's really got to work to catch up to me. And yeah, I just need to you know, keep racing my race, and I'll stick with the first place win here. So just forward in it, and you know, again, I'm just taking my lines as I should. I've toned down. I've even toned down the aggression a little bit. I mean, that's one thing you want to do, especially with a lead that far. You know, you don't need to go for the best lap time. You just need to go for a solid lap. If you're in a good position like this, even if you're, you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, if you have no cars in front of you and a good gap between the person behind you, you know, just race your race. You know, don't try to overdo it, because that's usually when you make your mistakes. And that'll get you at least you know, a solid enough finishing place. You know, you remain consistent by doing that. When you don't remain consistent is when you're really trying to push hard, and you're really trying to you know, as I say, get out there and make a name for yourself. But yeah, I was happy with that one. First place, and you know, didn't really have to worry about anything. You know, I just got pole position and kept it. Okay, next race with the Lamborghini. So I'm starting off in 7th, but let's see what happens. Alright, first corner with our old buddy Snail Power here. He's now driving the Porsche instead of that Mazda hatchback. Good for him. And okay, so now we got Snail Power. He's right behind John Schur, our old friend in the ice blue McLaren that we ran into, literally ran into, I think, the race before this one. So I'm not doing so well in the speed here. I didn't come out of that S turn back there, that chicane back there very well, but you know, it happens. So I'm still holding 7th place. These guys are right on my tail. Snail Power has a half-second penalty. So things are not terrible right now at this point. Snail Power seems to be having a little bit of trouble getting around this guy ahead. I take that turn a little bit wide. Now this guy in the McLaren, Eraser Dad, is getting very close to me, and I'm just trying to stay on my line, but he takes a position, and you know, fair enough. He didn't do anything illegal, so just let him have it. This guy Herbie is now right on my tail, and I've kind of had to slow down a little bit, trying to not get too crazy with the guys in front of me. So Herbie's on my tail. Snail Power's about to serve his sentencing, and there he goes. He slowed down just a little bit, so I might catch up to him, which I do. He kind of starts to cut me off, but he lets me go. Now I take this way too wide. That's just bad on me. And here we go. Okay, no one's coming flying like a bullet out of there. Sometimes you gotta watch behind you on that. But there is Snail Power. I don't know what he was doing, but he ends up just plowing into me. Okay, well, that was kind of on me. I mean, I cut that corner a little short. He came around. I'm not gonna get too upset at Snail Power over that one. Whoa, what happened there? So Snail Power looked like he glitched or something, because yeah, that was weird. And I didn't mean to bump him. He just kind of snapped right in front of me. So sorry about that, Snail Power, but the game kind of messed with you on that one. Get better internet. Alright, so now it's the three of us here, Herbie, Astro Boy, and me. I'm going to get a penalty there because I ran too wide on that. That's another reason that curve, it's so critical going through there. Because if you go through there with too many people, you can easily get knocked off your line. And I just wish other people would race online, but just sort of just understand that, but they don't. Again, everybody's an opportunist, and they will try to take a place if they're going faster than you. It doesn't matter position or anything else. It's just me faster, me take. Very, very sort of primitive way of thinking. Now we got a whole pack behind us, and they are battling. I mean, this guy, I think it was in the Silva, he almost got just bumped out of the way. Then I got Cole Trickle here, Tom Cruise himself, and he's kind of going with me in this turn, which, okay, just gonna have to do it. You can't force people not to take a position. This guy behind me is getting really aggressive. Future Theo in the Mercedes, he's kind of pushing everybody around, wants to get by, and I'm just trying to, at this point, I'm like, you know what? This is where you just got to take the gloves off and just, just punch back a little bit, and whatever happens, happens, But I'm about to lose a position or two here because I got a penalty to serve. So there's my penalty. Astro Boy takes ninth place. And I get pushed back to 10th. Oh, what happened here? So as we go through this turn, we've got a whole mess of cars trying to get through here. Oh, that was me. Huh, whoops. Alright, well, let's see what I did here. What was I doing? Okay, I'm trying to get through just with the rest of the pack, just like everyone else. This guy, Cole Trickle, he's already kind of pushing Herbie, which, let's see, was Herbie got countersteer? No, he's not using countersteer or anything like that. Then you got the Mercedes. He's already got a half-second penalty, and he's just, it's just a bit of a jam here. So as we come through, I'm turning. He comes back in, and unfortunately, we just bump. So wasn't trying to hit him, but I hit him pretty good, and unfortunately, it just spun him out. cursing my name, but you know, wasn't intentional. That one, you know, again, I kind of caused that too. You know, hey, I'm not infallible. Sometimes I cause these little things too. You know, I bumped this RCZ in front of me a little bit. Not super hard, but enough to where it pushes him into Herbie. And Herbie, see, now Herbie is coming across here, which he's in his right to do. He can do that, but coming across that sharply, he ends up getting pushed into the sort of off the track there. Just really unfortunate turn of events. So now I'm in 7th, you know, but I feel like I have a price on my head. You know, these guys probably aren't very happy with me. Again, you always got to watch out for it. You know, people love to take their revenge. So I'm about 130 here, which is not too bad. Cole trickles right on me. He's going to find his way, at least try to find his way. He's in the slipstream. We're going 3 here, so I slow down. Slow down a little too much, but it's okay. I'm still good, still good. This guy comes in, pushes me a little bit. It's okay, still good. Coming through here, he should slow down a little bit and just get behind me, but nope, he wants to hang on my bumper. So, okay, this guy comes in, nudges me a little bit, Herbie, which, okay, Herbie, I deserve that. I mean, I did knock the other car into you, so it's just the joys of racing. Oh, where do you come from? Alright, so I'm thinking I'm going to stay in 10th here, but this guy's coming in hot. I keep my line. Nope, I don't. I actually hit the grass, and that takes off enough speed to where he can just come in and take that position. But that's, you know, that's his right. Alright, so coming up here, coming around this corner, Valador and Snail Power battling it out. Nobody behind me. This guy in the Lamborghini looks like he's about to lose it. Yup, and there's a big wreck back there. This is chaos. Snail Power is living up to his namesake. I'm trying to just stay on the line. I kind of push him out a little bit. Sorry about that, but you know, again, you know, I mean, I am trying to take the turn just like he is. We're side by side, so you know, it's really hard on that one. I mean, you know, you got to make a decision. Are you going to slow down, let the guy take it, or are you going to try to battle it out? And when you battle it out, sometimes you could be on the wrong end of it. That's why you got to, as they say, pick your battles. So it looks like I'm going to end up happily in 10th here. Snail Power is not much he can do here. He doesn't go for a dive bomb or anything. And yeah, that's where I end up, 10th place. Okay, next race up. We're starting 11th place here. Coming around the first turn, right behind Yeti Bergie. Okay. And Sandbag behind me. This color scheme. Alright, so coming through the Big S chicane in here, not much be said about that. I just lose a lot of speed. Actually a lot of space in that guy, but he's got the draft. So. I got Sandbag coming up behind me. Yeti Bergie is battling it out up here with Ventisca Va. Right? Whatever that means. OnlyFans. Alright, well. Go for our entertainment. Oh, this guy. What happened here? He's taking his turn. Oh, he just gets bumped and bumped. Oh, smashed by by that guy. What the heck happened with this dude? Why did he do that? Is that seriously? This guy just came in flaming hot and just knocked the crap out of him. Now they're just going at it with each other. He's still going for him. Yep. See, you know, that really, what point did that serve? Now he's got a 4.5-second penalty. You know, he just took himself out of the race. I mean, what difference does it make for you to do that? What is he going to do here? He's just letting everybody go by? Oh, now he's being courteous and just, you know, okay, well, at least he took last place, but, you know, people just, they'd rather fight and play bumper cars and just let it go and say, you know what, fucking you bumped me or whatever, but just stand down, just truce, you know, because now this guy is in last place. I mean, at least he had the courtesy to let every other racer go by, but now they're going to be back here. Just, you know, I don't know what he's going to be doing because I guess he's just got it out for this Lely guy. Maybe just bad blood from races past. I don't know, but he's got a full 4.5 seconds, and he's in last place. So he's gonna be sitting here for a while. Wow. All right, well, let's go back to me. Just had a little tap there from Yeti Bergie. I'm trying to stay out of the way, and then this guy look at this. Alright, let's see what happens here. I come in, make the turn, he hits me just a little bit, and I'm like, okay, fine. I come back, I'm where I need to be, and then he turns right into me. You know, I really want to look at his steering input just to see what the hell was he doing. Alright, he's turning hard right here. That's where the first tap for me comes in, because I'm on his right. So there you go. You hear the little clank there. Then he does whatever he's trying to do, but you know, I think he's gassing it. Yeah, he's full throttle right here. Why are you full throttle in this little turn? You need to just tap the gas, because otherwise you will do exactly what you just did, which is spin yourself out. So he's starting to let up on the throttle. Okay, he's so slowly taking the throttle down, but I think he can't control it. Yeah, because he's full hard left turning right now, trying to counteract his stupid mistake. Okay, now he takes off the turn, but here I'm coming around, and yeah, he's trying to counter steer. It looks like he's trying to get back onto the track, but then let's see if he turns into me. No, he's still pulling hard right, but I think the car itself was going sideways. So unfortunately, I got the worst of it. I couldn't get. He spun himself, and then by spinning out in front of me, I actually helped this moron by pushing him forward. So I hit him, which in turn knocks him in the direction he needs to go. And now he's safely like, oh, cool, you know, like the car suddenly recovered. Now I'm off. So it's just unfortunate. I lose like, you know, I don't know, 3-4 positions on that. And this guy, the Virtue Sequin, whatever, just feels like he wants to throw a little cheap shots jammer man. And sometimes, you know, guys like that, if I see guys throwing a cheap shot to someone else, those are the ones that, you know, when you get close to them, you've got to be ready to possibly take one yourself. And, you know, it's up to you to make that call on if you're going to get aggressive or not. maybe take them out before they can take you out. And I'm not saying do that, but just, you know, drive defensively, like they tell you in driver's ed. You know, because you never know what these guys are going to do. You know, it's not like the AI. The AI will knock you off the track without hesitation, but they do it very robotically. They're just trying to stay on their line. You know, these guys, you can tell when they're hunting for you, or where they're just gonna, or when they're just gonna do something crazy. You know. So I'm in the pack here with Sandbag, Admiral Polaris, and whatever his name is. Just trying to stay with these guys. Not trying to, you know, do anything that's going to take myself out. I bumped this guy a little bit, and then in turn he bumps him. Now he's probably going to be mad at me, but, you know, I'm just like, hey, I got to get by. And then, yep, so that, I knew that was coming, so. And actually, I think I initiated this one because earlier in the race, I think this guy, you know, he was driving a little bit aggressive, but that's what I was saying, you know, you kind of like sometimes look at those who drive aggressive initially, and then, you know, you got to decide what you're going to do. Right there, I decided to kind of take a shot at him. You know, it's not really my style, but I just don't want him to take me out. But he ends up doing that anyway. He takes me out very aggressively, and that's just the price I pay for going down that road. So here he's gonna, yeah, he's got me lined up, and he's just, as soon as I make this turn, you know, you don't even see brake lights. Bam, knocks me off. Now he's brake. Yep, took me out. He should have got a penalty for that. Yeah, and he does. So yeah, now I'm knocked all the way back to 14th. You know, again, and I, you know what? I think I remember. Yeah, so I forget what happened here. 'Cause I think I was trying to come back on this turn, and I didn't really mean, I take that back. I thought this guy had gotten into it with it before. I was looking for the footage on that. But actually, I'm hitting the right-hand turn here. And then at some point, I've got to come back. You know, this is about the point where you got to start turning left. But what I should have maybe did, and I need to take my own advice here. I should have probably just slowed down ever so slightly, because you know, I had space inside of this guy, with this guy behind me. This guy's right on my left, and I instead try to turn to keep it so the car, you know, keep the car from, you know, going too wide. And by doing that, I bumped him, and by bumping him, he bumps the other guy, but now he's mad. You know, he even comes back in, and you know, it just a little bit of a scuffle that just got out of hand, and I paid for it. He's still got that 4-second penalty though that he hasn't served yet. So I'm just trying to stay on him as much as I can right here. But I think I missed right here. I missed this turn, and I'm pretty much screwing the race up at this point. Yeah, what did I do here? I go, yep, take it not too wide actually. No, it's not bad at all. Way worse than that. Okay, so they're keeping up where they need to be. I'm still behind them. He's got a 4-second penalty, so should be able to gain at least one place. Things go right. Let's see. Oh, that's me again. Yeah, see, now I went for my revenge, and I think I got a penalty. Hey, you know, sometimes you gotta give people their receipts, and I gave him his receipt right there. And unfortunately, the game, I don't know why he gets a 4 and I get a 5, but I got a massive penalty for doing that. But it felt good because, you know, again, you know, he really, you know, kind of screwed the race for me. So where is he at now? Yep, he's way in last place where he should be, and too bad, you know. But I got a huge 5 seconds, and he's probably gonna. I think I end up almost getting last place. He catches up. Oh no, did I serve it? I have not served it. They just tacked it on at the end, so I have no choice but to just try to do the best I can here. Keep as much of a gap in between me and the guy behind me, but he's right on my tail, so even though I'm about to finish in, what's this, 9th place at this point? I actually finished 9th, but get bumped all the way down to 12th because of my bad behavior. Alright, so this race, I'm starting in 8th place. Alright, coming up on the first turn here, right behind Tomcat. And this guy who looks like he stole this car from maybe the Joker. Oh, what happened there? Okay, so alright, here, I can already tell you what's going to happen here. They're going to fight for position, and this is 100% where it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. They're fighting for position here. There's no room to take this car, or to take this turn really side by side. So, and it's hard to really say who needs to slow down because they're so close. But if I were to say, can't turn the camera here. Okay, so I can see kind of where on one end, can I put this in photo mode and turn the camera? Yeah, here we go. All right, so the McLaren has ever so slightly a bit of a lead on him. Okay, that's cool. He's got a good lead on him. But coming into this turn, you know, it's you have to go. Usually, most people go this way. They'll go on this inside line and take that inside line, see where the black marks are, and then turn in. So the McLaren's got to get all the way ahead of him in order to. Well, they're both a McLaren. Or no, one's an Acura. The McLaren's got to get all the way ahead of him, and the Acura, I mean, I guess he kind of could give him the position. You know, he's still entitled to stay where he's at and stay in that inside. But by doing so, you know, this McLaren's he's like, I'm ahead, so I want to, I want to, you know, stay ahead. Why should I have to slow down? And he's not gonna. So what's gonna end up happening is they're not gonna have enough space, and it's not gonna end well for one of these guys. And it looks like it was the Honda. So yep, boom, and he just that was dirty. That was just dirty. I mean, I get it. You're ahead. You want to keep your position, but you don't have to force a guy off the road, and that's exactly what he did. In fact, let's look at this shithead's input. Boom. Well, I think he did. It was so close. It sucks because the Acura did have his position, but this guy just kind of turned into him. I mean, that's a tough one to call, and I'm not a racing expert. I just think that was kind of a dirty move. I feel like they should have just compromised. One guy, should have just taken it easy, and then you guys would have both made it through there, and you could battle it out a little bit later. But okay, I guess right here, this is maybe where the critical decision should have been made. Right here, I think at this point, I'm gonna somewhat lean towards the McLaren. I mean, he's ahead of this guy in the Honda. He was gaining on him. The Honda should have he didn't have to brake, but he could have just taken his foot off the gas, slowed down a little bit. Just give the position to the guy since he's ahead of you. I mean, I know it's hard to do that, but it's better than getting wrecked like you did. Because the McLaren is not going to have anywhere to go either. And this guy, what's his input? Is he full throttle at this? Yeah, he's full throttle at this point. So he's not even trying to slow down. Here this guy comes in. He's still full throttle. Yeah, okay. The right thing to do, I mean, the safer thing to do would just been, hey, this guy's going to take the position, slow down, let him have it. Is he right in just coming over like that? I mean, he's ahead, but, he also kind of he cut him off, bumped him out of his line. They're both kind of at fault on this one. It's a tough call, especially because this guy is cutting over so hard, but he's also got to, he's just watching out for his racing line. He's not watching out for any cars next to him. So I feel like he even though he's ahead, he shouldn't have been that aggressive. And the Acura needs to be a little bit defensive because he sees this guy and not trying to even slow down and give him any room. Just let him have it. He was gaining on you. Just let him have it. All right. Well, anyway, that's enough of looking at that. And so I look at I capitalize on their mistake. The Joker car kind of screwed himself up, and I come out of there with a lot of speed, and I end up passing not only those two but also Tomcat as well. But then you got these guys coming up just like sharks coming after me. Sounds like he horribly misshifted there. Which is weird. It says automatic transmission, but I wonder does it show that they're actually driving? Does it sound like he was in control of the ship? Yeah. That sounds like he's in control. Anyway. So, kind of around this part, sort of by myself. I take this turn okay. This guy's still hot on my tail. The GTR. Come around the corner there. These guys are still right behind me, but I'm just at this point racing my race. Like I said, you know, don't get intimidated by the pack behind you. These guys are got to battle it out with each other, so they'll, you know, inevitably end up slowing each other down, or at least that's what we hope for. Here. These guys are coming in hot, but they slow down, which is good. No dive bombing. And we're on to lap 2. So I'm still not coming out of there with as much speed as I want. I think in some of my later races I finally figure out how to get through there with good speed. But, you know, again, I'm still just racing my race. I'm not trying to push too aggressively, although I'm, you know, not, you know, I'm definitely trying to make some space between me and the guys behind me. But you just don't want to go too aggressive to make a mistake. You want to just stay consistent. Those guys have a little bump there. The GTR gets slowed down quite a bit from that, which is good for me, because now we get some space between us. Alright, so we are now still in 4th place. Quite a bit of space between me. Oh, what happened here? I got a place. So did this guy go off the track? What happens here? Oh, he quit. Well, hey, good for me. So he quits, and now it's just me and the Ferrari up ahead, but he's got a massive penalty. Did he get that from, what did he get that from? What did he do to this guy? Okay, he just kind of pushed him off. I guess he pushed him off hard enough and then that guy got mad and quit. So, unfortunately for him, he's dealing with a 3-second penalty. And I'm not right on his tail, but at least I'm behind him, so that penalty is probably going to allow me to get a place. This 3 seconds is quite a big deal. Alright, so now he's coming around through the turn here. Just keeping up with him, slowly closing this gap. Ever so slightly closing it. But that's what you want to do. I mean, you don't need to, like I said, you don't need to pass a guy with a 3-second penalty on him, but you do want to, as much as you can, close that gap, because the more you close the gap, you know, the further he's going to be behind you once he serves that penalty. I mean, it is the last lap of this race, so, you know, it's not to say much, but it's just good practice. Now he's opening up the gap just a little bit. But I'm still Still hanging in there with them. I could be carrying more speed through some of these turns, but that's okay. He's on the side there pretty hard. I don't know what he's doing. But now he's going to serve this penalty, and I'm going to just fly right past him. That should be enough for me to net second place. Yep, and he's got two people past him. Myself and was that the guy? Yeah, that's the guy he bumped off the track. Which I'm surprised he just blew by him like that. He didn't go for his revenge, but maybe he's a smart man. Either way, yeah, he's got to deal with being at fourth now. He's bumped a little bit too. I end up in second. So, pretty good outcome. You know, those are kind of things you look for. I mean, I didn't really outrace those guys so much as they just made mistakes. And, you know, you got to try to capitalize on those mistakes as best you can. Whatever happened to our friend in the Joker? Did he get the other guy in the Honda? The other guy in the Honda... was the guy who slammed into the wall. I think it was. Yeah, Streetzilla. Well, Streetzilla actually at the end of the race didn't end up doing that bad. I think that guy got reset. I think he actually quits. This guy right here. Yeah, I think he just gets reset because when you go off the side right there, you just get put back, and he gets a 5-second penalty. So yeah, he kind of got screwed. So yeah, that guy ended up doing better than I thought. I mean, for getting put all the way to 15th, he came back to 9th. Good for him, but yeah, another race in the books. All right, well, that's gonna be it for a while with the race reviews. I will go through some more of my weekly races. This was actually kind of fun, just reviewing some of these. You know, the weekly races are a bit of a, like I said, they're a bit of a cesspool, and you got to know when to battle and when to not battle, because you know, there's all different levels of aggression, and you don't know. Everybody's out racing for themselves, or at least you got to assume that. You know, driver rating and all that stuff doesn't really mean much because people will just do what they feel like doing. You know, especially in the lobbies I'm in. I'm not super good at this game, even though I'm putting this on YouTube. You know, I'm in the C lobbies right now, and again, I will show that that event that happens where my driver rating, because my driver rating, actually, I've been able to maintain an S for most of, or not driver rating, safety rating. Been able to maintain an S for quite some time, because I even played, you know, GT Sport for quite a while, and I maintained an S almost entirely the whole time I played that game. But Gran Turismo 7, I've been fluctuating between an S and an A, and recently I got bumped down almost 2 letters, and I really just I'm fighting my way back, but it's hard to get back when you're stuck in a lobby with lower safety rated people. But Yeah, I'll show you that in the next video. But thanks for watching. If you watched this far, listening to me ramble and make fun of these some of these races, and like I said, this was actually a lot of fun. So I'll continue to do these if if I get enough views on them. So thank you.